Hey everybody, my name is Todd Stanley. Thank you so much for tuning in to my Throwback Thursday video. I'm going to blow your mind today by showing you what very well may be the greatest full facial HD look at a Sasquatch of all time. It's my Kabota Video 8. I've seen some new analysis of it where we can actually now see some nasal flare and the cheekbones moving. When you look at my footage, it is a real Sasquatch, but the skeptics would say, well, it could be a mask. So today we're going to rule that out with 100% certainty. And then obviously it could be a human being in makeup. We're also going to rule that out with 100% certainty, that it can't be those things, further substantiating that it is truly, actually, a Sasquatch that I did film in full HD. Amazing footage. As well, I'd like to also explain to you that, so in my movie, I have 8 videos of Sasquatch. And what I've been recently illuminated to, I don't actually have 8 videos. I have over 20 videos of Sasquatch. When you see my video 2 or video 3 footage, those are single shots of a Sasquatch. But actually, when you see video 4, which is Jane, I have multiple videos of her that were shot over the hour that I was interacting with her and when I had sight of her. When you see my Jake footage, again, I have more than 6 videos of Jake over the half a day I was moving in on him and trying to get footage of him. So my video 7 is a single shot thermal, and then video 8 Kabota, which is probably the greatest facial shot of Sasquatch of all time. We're going to go through that in detail today. And amazing stuff. So to understand that I legitimately have filmed Sasquatch in segments more than 20 times, that I've literally taken out dozens of people and had them live interact with Sasquatch and then substantiated with the evidence, whether it be tree breaks or tracks of that interaction. Or now I can actually say, just after having done my research and accumulating my data, there's over a dozen people that I've taken out into the field that have eyewitnessed a Sasquatch. Jeff Meldrum, PhD, being one of them that was in my documentary. I'm trying to express how profoundly this discovery process is moving forward. Even though I don't seem to be getting a lot of traction, media has done stories on me, people just don't seem to be terribly interested in the subject with me. I know there's a lot of negativity and derogatory people that are talking about my stuff, and that's fine, but the evidence is here. I have filmed them over 20 times. I have pieces of footage of Sasquatch. I've taken out so many people, including the great Survivorman. You can watch those episodes of Survivorman Bigfoot. We're live interacting with Sasquatch and finding evidence of him over and over. Apples taking tracks on the ground. Legitimate, real Sasquatch interactions happening. So the discovery process is moving forward. And those things were done years and years ago. The level that we're at right now, not just me, but other people that are involved in this discovery process, we're having significant success. So let's get into detail about what, in my opinion and many others, may be the most significant full facial photograph in HD of a Sasquatch of all time. Let's have a look at it. First thing you need to know is this thermal video that I filmed that's in my documentary was the catalyst that started this whole setup for the Kabota footage, which led to the facial. So after I filmed it, as you can see here, I went moving back in towards this troop of Sasquatch, something that I'd never done before. I always leave the area quickly, but here I'm moving back towards them. And to my shock and surprise, these 4 individuals that were up there really stood their ground. So here's the video 8 footage specifically. So now, problem is, I've been running around with my batteries, burning them out. I only had 6 batteries for this camera. So I'm desperately trying to get some footage of this black figure that I can see off in the distance before my batteries die. Right now my camera is blinking, battery dead, battery dead, battery dead. So I'm doing the best I can to really focus, really get a shot of what's happened. Is something big came in. I saw a shadowy figure come in and fall into that spot. So here I'm changing my batteries, switching to my absolute last battery. I'm milking these batteries for everything they're worth, trying to get any little piece of footage. Fortunately, I put this one in and I was able to quickly zoom in, roll to my left a couple inches, and have a look at this absolutely amazing footage. This is the footage we're going to dissect today. This is the footage we're going to have a good look at. This is the Sasquatch I call Kabota, that has been witnessed by other people in this particular area who have had significant interactions, even have been accosted by this particular Sasquatch, who's kind of a stranger looking Sasquatch, but his dimensions show up properly. You can see the fast eye blink there. He is looking at me angrily. He is not a happy Sasquatch whatsoever. So again, I've been moving back. I was pushing towards him. And once my batteries all burned out, I literally put my camera down, made a couple Sasquatch whoops, went up there and interacted with them and had an incredible learning experience that would literally almost turn into a documentary all itself. This is something, the interactions that happened over this next 3-hour period where these Sasquatch weren't moving away from me is something I talk about significantly on my expeditions. So here's another look at this Kabota footage. We're going to have a professional break it down and have a really good hard look specifically. So you can see how it's actually not focused right now. It's focused on the grass in front. I'm doing what I can to get that autofocus to focus on the actual Sasquatch himself in back behind. Now, something I noticed too, when I came back to the spot later, that's an enormous space. He has an enormous head. Not only are his eyes 2.5 spacings across, which is completely non-human, but his head was at least 16 inches across, where a normal human being's head, like mine specifically, is about 7 inches across. So his head's absolutely enormous. You can see scarring on his nose. He's blinking and looking at me intently because he is angry at me. Exceptional analysis done by Cryptid Seeker. He says, I think that Todd Stanning's Bigfoot footage could very well be real. He's trying to remain skeptical. Many people say that this Bigfoot can easily be a puppet or be animatronics, but that's not the case with video 8. They also say that this one could be similarly a hoax, which is absolutely not the case, but no one can say the same for this one, and here's why. And this is the Kabota footage that we're going to look at that I've been talking about. This supposed Bigfoot blinks rapidly in a very realistic fashion, because it is real. Skeptics who try to dispute this footage say it's a guy with makeup, because it can't be a costume. We're going to get into that. But if it's not that, then it can't be a puppet or anything else because it's a living creature. And here's why. I see the facial Rachel. I had to cut the face in half and then mirror one side to create the full face. I love that he does this. This is amazing. So he's splitting the image in two so we can see better what a full face would look like. And this is what he came up with. Love this. I was so grateful for this. And now we're going to analyze some specifics. The eye blink is so organic, I don't even know what to say. But first he marked out the eyes to duplicate it across the face to the other eye. The results were significant because this cannot be a human. The eye placed the duplicate eyes on the line at the same angle. Now you see 2.5 eyes, almost 3 eyes. 3 eyes fit between the original, 2 just like in the other Bigfoots. And he's done analysis on the other Bigfoot and shown the same thing. The eye spacing matches. Now let's compare this to a human. The same angle with face slightly tilted downwards. So here's a human being, and Kabota's face is slightly tapered downwards. So similar angle. Now let's outline the eyes of a human being. The eyes are lined up on the line. Do you see the difference? Like you got an eye and a half there, as opposed to 2.5 eyes. 1.5 eyes fit between the original. That's half of Todd's Bigfoots. Because, I mean, it's just the eye spacing is significantly non-human. This rules out a person with makeup. Can't be. And since this can't be a puppet, what is it? It's a Sasquatch, 100%. All of Todd's Bigfoots show this 3-eye trait because they're all from the same troop in the same area, just different individuals. Do you think this proves Todd's footage is genuine? Well, let's do another analysis here. For those who have seen this full face, and you're probably shocked at how extraordinary Todd Stanning's footage really was, it's time to see what the face roughly would look like in motion. So now he's not just using stills, he's going to use the videos. To do this, I had to mirror the face like we see here, this time Todd's video, and line it up to the best result. I'm very impressed with what he did. When you watch this, you'll see how the nose and cheek movements are a lot easier to notice, something that can't be done with a mask. He says it's not perfect, but I think he did an amazing job, and I'm very grateful. Enjoy Todd's footage from a new perspective, first time ever, mirrored videos. Now, have a good look at what's going on there. Don't worry about the eye blink anymore. And the eye blink looks a little off because they're the same eyes mirrored onto each other. But a mask, officially out of the question. If you look closely, you can see the nostrils flexing as well as the cheek muscles rising up. Watch very carefully. Don't look at the eyes. Let's see more closely. So he's going to pull in a little bit. We're going to have a nice tight look at the nostrils specifically. See them moving? Just like humans, that is significant movement and an absolutely enormous nose. See the nostrils? Moving out, moving in and out. Gorillas do that, but they don't have the same outer protruding nose. Now let's look at the cheeks moving up. Watch, now focus, put your attention on the cheeks. See the cheeks moving? Those are cheek muscles moving up and down in coordination with the nose, with eyes blinking. If you think that that's a human being, you're wrong. All of the facial movements completely destroy the idea of a mask. So that is out of the question. With the huge distance between the eyes, there's no way that that's makeup on a human being either. So my question to you is, what is it? And the answer is, it is a Sasquatch. This being a mask or makeup seems a lot more out of the question. Completely out of the question, I agree.